Assembly. As usual, it seeks to amend laws relating to various taxes and duties, such as the Income Tax Act, Value-Added Tax, the VAT Act, Tax Procedures Act, and Excise Duty Act, while proposing new taxes, regulations, and incentives. Today, we lay out our final objection to the revenue-raising measures contained in the Financial Bill 2023. We also give final instructions to our members of Parliament, after which, depending on how the RUTO administration behaves, this matter may take a very different turn. Celebrated African writer Chinua Achebe said, and I quote, "A disease that has never been seen before cannot be cured with everyday herbs." In the history of budget making in Kenya, no regime has imposed so many and so high taxes on our people in return for nothing except fantasies and fairy tales. This bill is a disease that cannot be cured with everyday herbs. This bill is economic sabotage. If RUTO insists on this bill, this country will go into full recession. This bill requires and must get fierce resistance. No sane leader withdraws subsidies on basic goods, then increases taxes on the same goods and salaries of working people, including hawkers. You withdraw subsidies, and then you now add taxes to add insult to injury. I will highlight areas of significant concern to us. Then let the Azimio Economic Council take the country through the details. RUTO wants to levy taxes on chama or merry-go-rounds. Merry-go-rounds are the bankers and lenders of last resort for our mothers and youth, particularly in rural areas and slums. Without offering any services to the chamas, women groups and trade associations, RUTO has decided they must pay taxes. This strikes at the heart of women's economy. It kills savings and spreads poverty among an already vulnerable group. At a time, the National Hospital Insurance Fund and the National Social Security Fund are failing. RUTO is telling Kenyans to forego 3% of their salaries and deposit it into some fantasy called housing levy. Nobody knows where it is housed. The government cannot agree whether it is a tax or an investment. Nobody knows how government became an investment advisor to Kenyans. They ignore concerns by employers and employees that many pay that many pay slips are already overwhelmed by deductions, loans, and lack of pay rise. They ignore concerns that this tax will increase business operating costs and force firms to relocate. Already some firms are relocating merely because of the high cost of energy in this country. It is cheaper to manufacture in Egypt and export back to Kenya. Look at the arrogance with which they want to raise turnover tax for businesses from the current 1% to 3%. They are targeting